Asset rich and cash poor. We've all been taught that building net worth is the ultimate goal. Buy property, invest in your career, acquire assets. But what happens when your net worth says you're a millionaire, but you can't afford things you need? Welcome to the trap of being asset rich, cash poor. It looks completely different depending on where you are in life. Let's look at 4 people who have everything on paper and nothing in their pockets. The story of Marcus and the dream expansion. Marcus spent 5 years building a successful local bistro. It was always packed. Hungry to scale, he took all his profits and took out a massive loan to buy the building next door and install a $300,000 industrial kitchen. He now owned the real estate and the top-tier equipment. His business assets tripled. Marcus, a passionate restaurant owner, standing proudly in front of a massive, state-of-the-art commercial kitchen. High-end wood-fire ovens, pristine marble countertops. The restaurant is empty. Marcus looked at his balance sheet. He owned nearly $1 million in commercial property and kitchen hardware. But when it came time to pay his staff on Friday, he had exactly $1,200 in cash. The lesson: Marcus couldn't pay his chef with a fraction of a wood-fire oven. In business, paper assets don't keep the lights on. Liquidity is the oxygen of survival. Elena is a textbook saver. Every spare dime she made in her 20s and 30s went straight into illiquid investments: a rental property in an upscale neighborhood, a tech startup angel fund, and a locked 10-year retirement bond. Her net worth statement was a work of art. One evening, a major storm hit, causing a massive structural failure in her rental property that insurance only partially covered. She is in need of $40,000. She checked her checking account, and it has only $950. To get the cash, she was forced to liquidate her tech shares at a massive 40% discount and take a predatory loan against her property. The lesson: Elena was rich on a spreadsheet but fragile in reality. A massive net worth without a liquid emergency fund is just a beautifully decorated house of cards. The story of David and the prestige trap. David climbed the corporate ladder to become a senior vice president. His career asset was his massive human capital, prestigious title that commanded a huge nominal salary. To look the part, David bought a massive house in an exclusive gated community and leased a flagship electric vehicle to fit in with the executive board. David's lifestyle completely consumed his high income to maintain his career asset image. When a new management regime took over, David's specialized role was abruptly eliminated. Suddenly, he was an executive with a multi-million-dollar lifestyle to fund, massive fixed overhead, and zero immediate cash reserves. The lesson: David invested heavily in the appearance of career success rather than financial autonomy. If your career status requires you to spend everything you make to sustain it, you aren't successful, you're trapped. The story of Sarah and the generational burden. Sarah inherited a magnificent, historic family estate worth $2.5 million in a booming metropolitan area. By all societal metrics, Sarah was a wealthy millionaire. But the property taxes on a $2.5 million home were staggering. The cost of maintenance ate up every single penny of her modest fixed pension. Sarah found herself skipping her needs to avoid selling the family home. The lesson: Sarah was a millionaire living in poverty. An asset that drains your cash flow isn't a wealth builder, it's a liability in disguise. Marcus, Elena, David, and Sarah all made the same fundamental mistake. They forgot that wealth is measured in time, not just items. Having a high net worth means nothing if you can't survive a rainy Tuesday. Balance your growth with liquidity. Because when the bills come due, the bank only accepts cash, not your potential.